Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. As you can see, it's a gorgeous winter's day and there's frost everywhere. It's actually -4 here, but that's ideal because this week's video is 5 jobs that you need to get done in the garden in winter. So I'm next to an apple tree, as you can see, gorgeously covered in ice, and below me is a whole load of prunings. So the first job that you need to get done is obviously prune your trees. Here I've got an apple tree. It's about cutting branches that are going into the middle and also branches we've cut a bit quite at the top here just to stop it going too high so we can actually get the apples. But obviously the best time to do this is in winter and when there's frost and there's ice, and the reason is it stops the disease getting into the open wound of the tree once you've cut it. So as you can see, I've done a lot of pruning already, and all of this is here waiting for me to cut up and create kindling, which is I'll probably use next year. But one thing I have got is a willow tree, and I've cut the willow branches. They're gorgeous sort of yellow colour when they're young, and what they are is they're very bendy. So one thing you can do with your prunings, now this might not bend so well because it's being outside, but as you can see it is pretty bendy, and what you can start to do is bend them around, put a little bit of wire, keep bending them. A trick is to soak them in water for 24 hours, that makes them even bendier. But as you can see, what I've created is a couple of wreaths. Now I've done some different size ones, they're gorgeous colour, and the idea is then is you can start putting in, use these as your base to make a really nice wreath. And we've got a couple of these in our house and outside of our house, and they look great. I've also made one from cutting down our wisteria plants. So there was a couple of long branches that I needed to cut, and again they're very bendy and they make very, very nice wreaths as well. So as you can see, the pruning isn't just good for your plants, but it's good for your house as well. So the next job is to plant any bare root trees. Now here we've got a pêche de vigne, which is a gorgeous peach, and it's got sort of ripples of purple through it, and it tastes like blackberries throughout your peach. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're sort of speciality in France here. So we've bought one of the trees, and I planted this the other day, not when the ground was frozen, I may add, but it's all planted here. And what I've done is I've created a mound around the tree just so that when I water it, it keeps all the water in, because of course there's a few other trees around here as well. So there we are. That should just give it a little bit of extra protection from the frost, and also from our pesky chickens who like to dig up any freshly dug ground that I do. So there we are. That should nicely protect it. Get out, go on. So I'm going to put some stones on this just to stop the chickens from dispersing this, but also by adding the straw it will also stop any weeds coming up as well. Trees don't like to have grass and things like that around their roots, so by doing this it will hopefully stop the weeds, and I can keep an eye on it over the years. But one thing you need to make sure is you keep watering it as well, because obviously it's a young tree, so you need to make sure you water it well. See what I mean? As soon as the chickens weren't even bothered about this. As soon as I come here, they swarm in and start messing up my straw. Hence the stones, to stop them from messing up my straw. But hopefully that should do it, and I'm happy with that. So the next job is to plant your garlic. If you haven't done so already, you can plant garlic from the late October to the end of January. We're in January now, so if you haven't done this, you need to get it done this weekend. We planted ours about a month ago, and you can start seeing the shoots of the garlic just coming through here. There's a couple here, so they're just coming through. But garlic actually needs to be frozen in order to germinate. So you need to get it in the ground, obviously ideally not when it's frozen, but yeah, it needs to be in the ground, and you need to get going this weekend if you haven't done it, because fresh garlic eaten from your garden is amazing and it's easy to grow. So we get our crop by the end of June, early July, and we get loads. We've planted, these are the bulbs that we had from last year that we've replanted again, and I think this is about the third year that we've used the same bulbs that we've grown and then replanted. So it costs nothing as well, and you can't live in France without having some garlic. So the next job that you need to get done is picking up the leaves. Now, admittedly, I'm probably a bit late in doing this. This is probably early winter, but it's never too late. That's my motto. So the thing is, though, the great thing about clearing up the leaves is it makes your garden look a little bit neater and tidier. But what I like to do is I put all of the leaves in a black bin bag and I write the date on it. That way, by writing the date on it, I know which year I picked up the leaves. I put a bit of water in it and spike the bag as well, and then I put it in my shed and leave it ideally for 2 years, and that then gives you some great leaf mulch to use on your garden and on your vegetables. So it is a bit of a faff, but it's definitely worth doing. One of the advantages of me doing it now actually is because they're quite wet with the ice, hopefully they'll sort of compost a little bit quicker. So the last job that you need to do, and you need to do this throughout the winter, is feed the birds. We love feeding our birds. We love seeing all of the birds coming and eating, and when it's really cold like this, it's really important because it's very difficult for them to find food elsewhere. So I've just got some bird food, and I've got my bird feeders here, and I like to top them up, so I fill them nice and full. I've also got a bird table here that I made, and again there's plenty of food under cover here, so for the birds that can't get to the bird table, they can have some food here. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for all of the new subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. Welcome to it. I hope you enjoy my videos, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers guys, bye.